What's up, guys? This is Emmanuel from TeamDBZBiscuit, and today we're coming at you with a Odd Eyes Performapal deck profile. This is just a deck that's a very good control version of the Odd Eyes, and I really like it a lot. You know, it goes back to the old school Draco Pal. So let's jump into this deck profile and let's see what we're coming at you with. We're running 3 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. You want to get this card in your hand as fast as possible. It is a very good high scale, and it helps to protect your setup whenever you get your Vortex on board. We're running 1 of the OG Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, just another good beater for the deck. It's just another good search engine for the end phase search, and it's just going to help you keep getting the beat down on your opponent. We're also running 2 of the Odd Eyes Persona. Persona's just, you're not wanting to use it so much for its negation effect, but you just want to mainly get it for its low scale and the interaction it does with the other Odd Eyes. Just whenever you're pop it, an Odd Eyes, get it to special summon, very useful. We're also running 1 Performapal Odd Eyes Dissolver and 1 Performapal Odd Eyes Synchron. Just very good for being able to use as utility cards for your deck to be able to get your fusion play, get your Vortex on board, get your Gatling Gun, whatever you might want to go into. Your Synchrons to help you go into your Synchro plays, your FAs, you know, your Odd Eyes cards, whatever you might need to go into, and it can help you get searched out very easily. Also running 2 of the new Performapal Celestial Magician. This card is actually really good. This is a really good card. I really didn't think I'd like this card as much as I did, but it's not Skullcrobat Joker, but I could see where they're going, where they didn't bring back Skullcrobat Joker for this card. This card is actually pretty good, you know, depending on whenever it's summoned, normal summon or special summon, you know, you're gonna get an effect, you know, whether you got a fusion monster on the field, Synchro, XYZ, or Pendulum monster. Now the effect does not kick off as soon as it's summoned. You have to activate the effect. So what you can do is you can actually make your plays the way you want to, and then activate, say I want to activate this because I got these on the field, and you get the effect then, which is pretty cool, especially the Synchro. Then make sure you lock out your opponent from trying to do something crazy on you with their monster effects. Is very good. But also too, in the main scale, in the Pendulum scale, I like to be able to set him up and the Odd Eyes Art Pendulum together when I have Vortex on the field, and that's going to allow me to be able to, this is going to bring the Vortex back instead of using my Art Pendulum to bring it back. Use this to bring back the Vortex, and then use Art Pendulum's effect because the Odd Eyes was destroyed to actually be able to bring out another Odd Eyes. I like that combo a lot. But this card is very good, and it helps, I believe, Pendulum decks out a lot. Very good card. Our main card that, you know, the deck is basically built around now because we lost our Electromite. We got Performapal Pendulum Sorcerer. This card is probably the best Pendulum monster in the game when it goes off, bar none. If you have your play set up right, if you destroy 2 cards, you're going to be able to search out 2 Performapal cards, and depending on how you got your play set up, this right here can win the game as soon as it's special summon. So it's very good for the deck. We're also running 3 Luster Pendulum. Luster Pendulum at 3 is very good. You know, most builds I do not like to run this at 3, but in this build I like to run it at 3 because of what we want the interactions with. But being able to pop a card, search another card, get your extra deck loaded up for an extra monster, and also to being able to get extra plays going the way you want to is very useful, and helps you even go into your Dragon Link plays. Very useful. We're also running 3 Guardian Adirondé. This card is actually pretty stupid, especially when you combine it with this and this. It can be a very crazy card. This card, Guardian Adirondé, many of you, I don't know if you know about it, but there is a card called Plush Fire. Plush Fire was pretty much the original card like this card was, which pretty much allows you to special summon a monster, but being able to search out counter traps, and then when you keep one of them in the pen scale, make it so that you don't have to pay any life point costs or discard costs for your counter traps is very helpful. And it's just a busted card all the way around. Very good. And lastly, for the monsters, we're running 3 Chronograph Sorcerer. I'm not running the little time gazer in this one because he's really not needed. You're mainly wanting to use his effect to whatever you pop with your Sky Iris, your Luster Pendulum, and you have this card in hand, you're wanting to chain to get this to chain, special summon it, and this special summon this. And that's just another way to get special summons on board, get his effect off before you do your pendulum summon. So that's just another little play I like to do, help keep plays going, get my field generating the way I want to, and be able to use these tools link material and then pendulum summon the way I want to. But that's it for the monsters. For the spell cards, running 3 Allure Darkness. We got the dark monsters in there. Whatever we don't need at the moment in time, banish it out. We'll be bringing it back later on down the road. Running 1 Upstart Goblin. Upstart is very good. Get that free draw. Running 3 Spiral Flame. This is the best searcher in the game in my opinion. This is to help us to get to our level 7 odd eyes as fast as possible. Also too, as long as we got odd eyes on the field, we're going to be able to make sure we get that field clearance too. We won't get that field clearance so there's no problems back there, and then we set up the way we want to. This will probably be the only build you'll ever see me run 3 of these in it. 3 Duelist Alliance. I really don't like the fact that it's once per turn, but to be able to get, that's pretty much what I see whenever I see my Duelist Alliance. These are what I see. When I see Duelist Alliance, I know my combo is getting ready to pop off. I know I'm getting ready to go to my opponent and get the plays that I want. Whenever I see Duelist Alliance, I see these 4 cards right here. So I know I can get my plays going the way I want to, and my opponent's going to get the sad face, and you know, things are not going to work out too well for them. Lastly, we're running 1 Terraforming and 2 Sky Iris. This is a nice little package. I like this a lot. Being able to pop the Guardian Ariande or whatever card I might have on the field that I want to clear out zone, Luster Pendulum, whatever, and be able to get a search for my Sky Iris. And also this is going to be able to protect your Performapals and your Odd Eyes and your Magician and the Pen Scale from targeted effects. So that's very useful to you and help you get a lot of plays protected and safe. And that is it for the spell cards. For the trap cards, we're running 3 Solemn Judgment. Solemn Judgment is just too good, especially when you get to the point where if your opponent wants to start, you know, getting a little back row heavy themselves, keep summoning a bunch of crazy big monsters, crazy effects, just go ahead and lock that down right then and there. Tell them, no, I don't want that to happen, don't pop that off on me. Yes, you have to pay half your life points, but like I said, as long as you got your little Guardian Ariande and your Pen Scale, it's free, baby. It's all free. And lastly, for the traps, we're running 3 Solemn Strike, which is very, very useful. It's helping to make sure your opponent doesn't activate all the crazy effects that they like to pop off with. You got to usually use your Judgment for your summons and any other little crazy spell or trap cards. But your strikes, make sure that you hit them on their monster effects. Very helpful to you. But that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, running 1 Performapal Gatling Ghoul and 2 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. This is a nice little fusion package I like a lot with this deck. You know, Gatling Ghoul is just going to make sure that if your opponent has too much going on over there, too many big monsters, and it doesn't say you can't target, go ahead and take this card, fusion and summon and did, burn your opponent down, and just beat down city after that. Vortex is Vortex. It's the main boss monster for the deck. It's just going to be all around needed. It's going to help the deck do what it wants to do and just keep the deck protected along with this back row. Also running 1 Initiative Prominence, 1 Odd Eyes Meteor Burst, and 1 FA Dawn Dragster. This is a nice little lineup too. The Initiative really works out well with this deck. Also too, being able to clear out the Pendulum Scales, and also being able to set up for your Guard Dragon plays with the special summon of your Luster Pendulum out of the deck. Same thing with Odd Eyes Meteor Burst. A lot of plays I like to do with him is being able to special summon cards out of the Pendulum Zone. That helps to keep more monsters on the board, helps to keep generating plays. And FA Dawn Dragster just all around needed to be able to keep those spell and trap cards on hate. We're running 1 Odd Eyes Absolute, 1 Number 11 Big Eye, and also 1 Abyss Dweller Big Eye. Just make sure, like I said, I like to be able to snatch steal my opponent's cards. Absolute's going to help to be able to bring out the Vortex and Meteor Burst, whatever you might need at the moment in time. But a very good card to be able to help also protect it in battle phase. And the Abyss Dweller is always needed because there's always going to be some type of graveyard effect going off in some type of deck. For a couple of link monsters, we're running one Daybreaker, one Underclock Taker, and one Borlo Dragon. Daybreaker's become a very good card for the Pendulums in my opinion. Be able to special summon or get 2 spellcasters out there, get this guy out there, special summon 2 or 1 spellcaster underneath to get another counter and be able to destroy a card anywhere on the field is very helpful. Underclock Taper helps with the Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, just be able to get that double damage in, very useful. And Borlo Dragon, just to be able to steal your opponent's card, very pesky, hard to get over. You can get over it, but he's still a very pesky card to be dealing with. And lastly, we got the Guard Dragon package. I'm running 1 Guard Dragon Pixie, the 7 Dragon Balls, and the triple Burst Dragon. This is a nice little package lineup. I like being able to get the plays going. The Pixie I like better over the LP just because this is going to be able to, when I use my Lower Darkness, be able to bring back one of those dragons that I banished can be helpful to me. Or even if I had to pitch something to the graveyard when I do my fusion summon, very helpful to be able to keep monsters on board. Triple Burst is just all around good for that trample damage. Hating on them spell and traps is very good. And be able to bring back some of your level 2 link monsters, or link 2 monsters is very useful. And the Dragon Balls, whenever you want to pop off with them, when you make your wish, it's going to come true. But that's it for the deck profile, guys. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let us know what you think. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, be sure to smash that like button. And don't forget to come over and check out the Patreon. We got many new things coming up on there. Thanks, guys, for all your love and support. We're out.